Welcome back everyone, and if you're new, this is ChronicKloudz and welcome to the channel. If you find yourself liking this video, please do consider subscribing, and let's get into this video. In today's replay, we are in the new Tier 6 British heavy cruiser Surrey. This video shows the potential of these ships and, in a way, kind of shows a great way to play them. I say that considering I'm no master myself at these new lines of ships, but I can say it felt pretty comfortable nonetheless. This game was also a solid damage game, nothing too crazy though. The commander I was using was a level 12 legendary 2 Bruce Fraser with Kuznetsov and the Norman Scott as inspirations. Now let's get into this replay. So in this game we are in Land of Fire, and we kind of get up tiered quite massively by the looks of it. And this ship right here is not a very tanky ship. I will say that about these ships. You show any kind of broadside needs and they're gone. They do not take AP shells to the side very well. I know a lot of ships don't, but like, it don't take very many penetrations to citadel this ship and finish this ship off very, very quickly. And that goes for all the heavy cruiser lines so far, from what I can tell. Could be wrong, but that's just what I've felt like, at least playing them so far. Day one, at least. So what we wanted to try to do this game was we wanted to try to play a kiting game. Just try to see how they play as a kiting ship. And this seemed like the perfect spot to try it because we have all these islands right here that'll be able to conceal us, at least for the most part. And we already get an Iowa spotted. Unfortunately, we had AP loaded, so it's not going to set any fires. We do get spotted, but as you see, I slow down, turn away, and those shells miss. So I mean, the maneuverability in these ships is quite nice, honestly. They're not the quickest ships, but they turn pretty good. The reload of the guns is quite moderate, I'd say, but it's not bad. It's definitely workable. So now we're just trying to cycle between all three of these ships that are over here and kind of slowly kite away and just try to set as many fires as we possibly can set while we kite away before we have to at least readjust. And as you see here, before we get too close to the edge of the map, I want to go ahead and start readjusting and start kiting the other way. Kind of gain a little bit more of the ground that we had just given up coming out to this side of the map. And so far we've already set 2 fires and we already have 20k damage, so you know, not bad, not a bad way to start. And you gotta love the way that new AA flak looks. It looks so nice. Such a nice addition to the game. We get our 3rd fire right there. I'm pretty sure that was on the Iowa. No, it was on that battleship out there, the King George. That's what it looks like. Yep, King George got our fire, our last fire. Let's see if we can set another one, either mid or front ship if he turns into it anyway. And we're just going to sit out here and just keep harassing these battleships. And just keep ourselves in a kiting position. We noticed the Iowa was starting to push forward, so we aim a little bit in front of him. Try to get some shells to sink right down into the front of the ship. And we get a fire. Awesome, awesome. So we've had consistent damage just racking up for quite some time now in this match. Might as well get a Massachusetts in on all the fun, huh? And we're just taking it easy. We're not being too aggressive. We're kind of just sitting back, coming in, getting a little bit of the ground that we lost, and then we're going to get ourselves back into a position to where we can start kiting back out and away, so whenever the shells hit us, they have more of a chance of ricocheting off our side or doing minimal damage, hopefully, if RNG provides. The Iowa starts pushing out hard, and I honestly felt like I was going to be able to get some torps off on him here. As you see, we have the sequential torpedoes, just like most of the British line has. And notice at 9.9 kilometers we're still not spotted. We have a 9.8 kilometer detectability range on this ship, and that's not as high as you can get it. That's pretty much base stat for this ship anyway, with the concealment mod at least put on it. So pretty good, honestly. Helps you get into position a lot easier without getting spotted by these big battleships in a race right early on in the game. And now we got a bunch of teammates focusing on this Iowa, so we're going to keep trying to burn him down. And as you can see, our HE shell damage is pretty good, honestly. We've been getting, every now and then we'll get a 2,000, 3, 4, 5,000 damage hit. And a pretty decent chance to set fires. But we're getting pretty consistent damage off this Iowa, even though our teammates took most of his damage. We have kept him burning for quite a while. And right here we start missing our shots a little bit. And that's one thing I'll say in these ships, you have to be map aware. You have to have a good map awareness because, for example, I know them ships are coming in front of me right there. So I start turning ahead of time, trying to make sure that the shells aren't, you know, too easy on me. I wanted to try out the AP on the side of this Iowa right here, and we get a pretty solid 5k damage hit on him. It's not bad. And we're just staying angled to them other ships and just pushing right into them and trying to kite around, move around, left to right, kind of not give them a good idea of where we're really going. We take the last 2 shots, and unfortunately they hit the island, and our teammate finishes off the Iowa, which is fine. At least he's out of the game. Now we can start focusing on King George again. We're going to get behind this island, let it conceal us, and we'll start shooting our guns again. That is the main plan, at least. And out of nowhere, a Gascon decides, hey, let me come and join in on the fun. I always thought that those ships were just so funny looking. Like an oversized Grafspee in a way. Unfortunately, we had AP loaded again. Well, I say unfortunately, we get a 4,000 hit damage hit on them, so not bad. But we do want to try to set fires and get consistent damage, overtime damage. So that's what we're going to do. And now we're going to start kiting again. Now that we have 3 ships shooting at us. We have the Gascon, the King George, and I cannot remember what the other ship out there was, to be honest. I think it might have been a Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken. See there, 4,000 damage. Pretty good little hit with HE. And we're just trying to burn them down. I mean, they're probably getting tired of us by this point. There's only 3 of them left. And then as you see, the King George just gets pummeled right there from across the map in a crossfire. And they're trying to hit us. Don't get me wrong, they're trying to hit us. We're just doing a great job of kiting their shots. And actually right here is when we start kind of getting a little brave, and we start showing our side a little bit too much. But I mean, it ain't nothing That would have changed how the game ended. That is that. The Gascon is pretty much just sitting in the middle now, and we're all kind of shooting at him. Nothing left to do for him, I guess, at this point in the game. So we're just going to keep trying to dodge his shells and set another fire and just get some more residual damage. Right here we kind of mess up and run into our teammate. Luckily it don't cost us all of our health. It very well could have been a one-shot opportunity for our enemy, but thank God he don't hit it. Misses all of his shells. We moved just in time. So yeah, I was right. It was a full health Massachusetts. And at this point, we've already set 7 fires for 104,991 damage. So I mean, for not really knowing how to play the ship too well, I'd say it plays pretty well like this. It felt pretty comfortable playing it like this. I never felt like I was in immediate danger playing it like this. As long as you keep moving, I feel like you'll be okay. The moment you sit still, you show your broadside too much, it's over though. These ships are super squishy. But they got them big old guns. Hence why they're heavy cruisers. And that's why they have such a long reload time. But it's understandable. At this point in the game, the Massachusetts, I guess, is trying to save his base. He's running back trying to save his base, and we're kind of just going to shoot our guns at him and try to set a fire before the end of the game. We're winning 654 to 160, and we've only lost 3 ships. So, shout out to the team here. We did pretty good. This entire game did pretty good. And we're just barely reaching him, hitting him right on the tail end of his ship. Not doing much, but we're doing a little bit of damage. Solid 2,000 damage every now and then. Now it's a 1v1 between him and the guy in our base. And it's looking like he's not long for this world. And looks like my assumption was very, very correct. And that ends the game. And it looks like we ended the game with, come on, let me see how much damage I had. 112,000. So, not bad. But anyways, guys, if you did enjoy it, please subscribe. And until next video, guys, we'll see y'all later.